Undisputed, the Mexican Monster Pack out now.
Boxing King Media, Mr. Gareth A. Davies, towards the end of the week. How are you, Gareth?
I'm very well, thank you. Always great to see you. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good, mate. The last time I saw you, you was the annoying person that you bump into when you're traveling. You were sat in front of me on a flight, but I'm probably going to go into that at the end of the interview. We'll talk
I
boxing.
think you were the annoying person filming me when I was sitting in front of you in premium economy and Virgin on the way back from Riyadh, filming me putting my bags in the locker, filming me telling you to stop filming me heading up to first class to speak to my friends to upper class. Um, Filming me when you should have been filming yourself trying to upgrade, causing a nuisance of yourself during the flight, filming me when you should have been explaining that you knew all the hostesses and hosts on board, and then filming me while I was waiting to get my bag at Heathrow Airport after, what was it? No, it was a day flight rather than overnight flight. So the pest, my friend, was you, funny as it was anyway.
Well, I think what I'll do is I'll put the videos up at the end and we'll talk through them, and I think the fans can make their own minds up as to who was.
Whose privacy was deterred.
Yes. But we'll talk about the boxing first, Gareth. And not a lot happened this week, but I think that the biggest story was the whole Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis thing, which I don't even want to talk about, to be fair, because until it happens, I'm still a bit um
Skeptical.
yeah, that's the word. But the
Mm.
bit I want to talk about is Anthony Joshua. We saw Carl Froch did a video yesterday. I watched a bit of that, and in his words, he reckons Eddie Hearn got played. Because even when I spoke to Eddie last week, he completely wrote off Tony Yoka, and he said, that he's not in the mix, and it's definitely Jake Paul, and it could be early January next year. And again, Carl Froch hinted that they were looking at the big bag, and now it's gone. So, do you think they've been played? Do you think Jake Paul's played some sort of revenge game over the whole, the comments previously, and basically just set him up to fail?
Well, it's possible, of course, but they were in talks for the fight to happen next year anyway. It's completely plausible given how quickly they put the November the 14th card together for Javante and Jake Paul, that they are still looking at next year for Anthony Joshua. A fight I don't condone, I hasten to repeat. And as they said, because my belief was, for now anyway, the broadcast deal was in the way because Anthony Joshua is exclusive to DAZN, which he is. But of course, Jake Paul has fought on DAZN before, and he obviously wanted a Netflix event here for this one in November. It's very hasty and it's very soon, in my view, to be doing this fight. But because it's Javante and Jake Paul, and it's David and Goliath, and it's 8 inches in height difference, 7 weight divisions, 5 stone in weight. It is a weird, bizarre circus act. So I don't think they did get played. There's an element of has Jake Paul got it in for Eddie Hearn still? He may well have to. Obviously, they've settled their lawsuit, and that's months ago now, by the way, with Eddie accusing, was it fights are being fixed, wasn't it?
I can't even remember.
Well, Jake Paul's very unhappy about people
Oh,
saying,
oh, it was basically Jake was accusing Eddie of paying the judges, something like
oh,
that.
that's right, well, the fight being fixed. Yeah. So I still think there's a possibility that fight will happen. I never liked the Tony Yoka fight for Anthony Joshua anyway. I just think he should be in very big fights. And weirdly, Jake Paul was a very, very big fight for him, financially, if nothing else.
Okay. Well, I, you put a different spin on it, and I didn't really think of that. What if the case is that they're squeezing this Netflix event in November, and Eddie did tell me it's early next year. You
Mm.
could probably walk straight into an AJ fight next year.
Yeah, absolutely he could. But he won't be able to if he gets roundly beaten by Gervonta Davis. And I've got Davis as the favourite in this one. Um, I just think he's going to be too quick, too fast for Jake. And if anything, it'll be a draw. But I think we'll watch it if you do watch it. and I think it will. But we haven't got rounds and length of rounds and weight of gloves or anything yet, have we?
Yeah. Well, with regards to AJ, let's just say if it, hypothetically speaking, if it is a case of, Jake's played him and he's got other plans, and obviously there's his issue with Netflix and the Zone, and AJ's exclusive to the Zone, and if that can't be brokered, what is next for Anthony Joshua? Because as Carl Froch said, what else can he do? Does he carry on, do you think, or what do you see happening for him?
Well, first one is with Anthony Joshua with regard to Jake Paul. If they have been played, he's still got the Tommy Fury fight out there, which he clearly wants still, in my view. And I think Tommy Fury, as we've seen in The Good, the Bad, and the Fury, the BBC series, that they would definitely take that fight. For Anthony Joshua, it's a fight with Tyson Fury next year, in my view. I don't, or an African fight with like a Martin Bakole. But the thing is, if he got wrecked by Martin Bakole in Africa, I don't think the Fury Joshua fight is there anymore. If Anthony loses again to another top 10 heavyweight, I just don't see how he goes straight into the Tyson Fury fight. And that's the fight we all want next year. It's still a commercial behemoth. It's still a massive fight that doesn't need underwriting by the Saudi Arabians, but could, if it was underwritten by the Saudi Arabians, could take place in Riyadh if they wanted a ton of publicity, which maybe they don't need anymore.
Yeah, very true. What if you was to predict the outcome of next year? Because you are a bit of an insider and you do get bits of gossip here and there. What do you think? How do you think the heavyweight landscape will play out? Who will fight who? What will Usyk do? What do you think will happen?
Um, I really don't know the route for Alexander Usyk at the moment. He may end up just fighting Joseph Parker. I don't think he's going to do a trilogy fight with Tyson Fury, although I could be proved wrong on that. But I don't see it being there unless Turki Al-Sheikh gets involved with that one. You like the pronunciation then, didn't you?
That was very good. That was Arabic.
If Usyk bites the bullet and wants to take a risk for his legacy against Moser Talma, that fight could happen. Although I don't think he will, unless a huge amount of money's put on the table. But if it is, I think he would take it potentially. Right now, I have him beating Talma, even though it's going to be a very close fight in my view. But I give Talma a chance in that as well, in spite of the fact he's got so few rounds and so little experience against a southpaw of the caliber of Usyk. So I think next year, I think we will get Fury and Joshua. I think there'll be a last-ditch effort by everyone involved to try and get them into the ring. I think the belts will fracture. I think Moser Talma will become a world champion. I think by the end of the year, I think Usyk will walk away from the sport, will regret not fighting Moser Talma ultimately. And if Fury and Joshua don't fight each other, they'll regret a decade down the line that they didn't have the fight. Fabio Wardley, Moses Italma, Joseph Parker, Ajit Kabayel will all be in the mix next year. They'll all end up fighting each other. Daniel Dubois will end up fighting Moses Italma at some point. It's disappointing that Fabio Wardley won't fight him because they're in the same Ben Davison camp. The thing is with the heavyweight division, it could suddenly change like that. And Usyk could decide to face Parker for 30 million or whatever. And they could do it outside the auspices of Riyadh season, even though he's under contract with them, I understand. So it's complex. You've just spoken, I know, to Jaya Patara, if I'm allowed to say that.
Yeah.
He might move up to heavyweight next year.
He said the only fight he'd move up to heavyweight for is Usyk.
Yeah, and I like it.
Yeah.
And I like it. obviously Southpaw as well. Him against Moses is going to be interesting at some point. Yeah, it's a weird division at the moment. Dillian White and Derek Chisora, I like the look of. Dillian White and Joe Joyce. Derek Chisora needs to have that 50th fight. He's hanging around a lot. I don't want him to get any older
Okay.
before he has it. Who am I missing? Hergovich. If that eye heals, is a good fight for Moses. Jarrell Miller's a good fight for Moses. I wonder whether someone's pulled Jarrell Miller out of that fight in Las Vegas to put him in with Moses later in the year. Weird that that's suddenly been called off in our week in Vegas.
Yeah, I tell you what's even more weird is that Don King suddenly announcing Michael Hunter, Adrian Broner, Blair Cobbs, all three fighters who are saying they are not signed to him anymore in an event. You couldn't make it up.
No, it's a bit of
What's
a,
about?
I don't know. It's an odd one. It's a bit of a fractured time, in my view, in spite of the fact we've had some big heavyweight fights recently. And again, I've said this to a couple of other people. I said it on Talk Sport on Saturday night on my show, or on Fight Night on Talk Sport, that wouldn't it be weird if we don't get an Anthony Joshua and a Tyson Fury fight at all this year, neither with each other nor with anyone else. And yet we're talking about potentially Francis Ngannou and Deontay Wilder. And if that does go ahead, that Ngannou will have fought Wilder, Joshua and Fury, and yet Joshua and Wilder and Fury and Joshua haven't fought each other in this era. How weird is heavyweight boxing and boxing at times that it can't get these matchups made, particularly at a time when people are working together, i.e. Frank and Eddie working together.
Very, very, very true, as you said there, Gareth. And let's hope some of these fights do get made. The last thing I want to quickly touch on, I don't know if you saw the picture last night that came out of Floyd Mayweather. Looks like he's paid a visit to Terence Crawford. And we've seen it's been highlighted in the past before. He's not one to want somebody else to do better than him. So there's no way he'd be wanting Crawford to beat Canelo. That's what you'd think. But what do you make of him paying Crawford a visit in camp? Um, in the weeks before the fight.
Well, it's solidarity for a fellow welterweight stepping up to super middleweight. Floyd never went up that high. He went to light middle. Never went to middle, I don't think. I think he and Cotto was at light middle. Did he fight Berto at middle? God, I can't even remember now. But Canelo stepping up. Sorry, Terence is stepping up a vast weight difference when you think he started at lightweight. No, it's good. I mean, Mayweather wants to put his name in there. I do think Mayweather would have beaten Terence Crawford at welterweight. It would have been a fantastic fight. It's good to see Mayweather there. I'm looking forward to seeing him over there in Vegas when we go. I hope he's there. I hope he ends up on Radio Row in the media room. I hope they get him there. He's one of the few people that hasn't been in the mix with Turki Al-Sheikh, has he, if you recall? We haven't seen him in Riyadh.
No, somehow I don't think that'll happen, to be fair.
We'll see. We'll see. They've got a weird way of making things happen. I know that Mayweather and Dana White don't on that well. Right now, I've gone back and forth. I've got Crawford winning. But he's going to have to be very, very, very good on the night to win it on points because he's not going to stop Canelo. I don't think Canelo will stop him either, but I'm really looking forward to the week. I'm looking forward to the interest igniting in it because over the last week, what have people been talking about week and a half? Jake Paul's hijacked boxing again. People have been talking about him against Gervonta and Anthony Joshua. And we haven't really been talking about Canelo and Crawford that much. We want to. We know we must and we should. But it's been a little bit in the shade. I'm looking forward to it coming to light in the next week and a half. I've got a bit of bare knuckle to do in Bristol next week for BKB 45. Lucas Brown's on the card, by the way.
Interesting.
So looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing Lucas.
Right.
Really big card. I need to get you to bare knuckle one night.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna be at the one where I think Paulie Malignaggi's fighting in. I don't think I can reveal
Tyler Goodjohn, yeah, in Leeds on October the 18th.
sounds. Okay, yeah. So
I'll show you the ropes, and you and I can do a couple of rounds of bare knuckle on each other. I'll take my rings off,
yeah, but
and I'll just
Paulie's a really.
knock you about a little bit.
I think Paulie's a really good friend, so I told him I'll be there to support him. So
Yeah, no, I see him as the underdog in that fight against Tyler Goodjohn, and I think he says he's got an injury, but I think he's pulled out to train more against Tyler Goodjohn. I think he's worried about this fight. I think he needed more time to prepare. He was meant to be fighting in Bristol next weekend, but in my view and Tyler Goodjohn's view, he's pulled out because he wanted a few more weeks to prepare. Because I think he's concerned he's going to get beaten up.
okay. Well, let's see what happens. Hopefully, Paulie will roll back the years. But let's end up on. I feel sorry for the person that's going to be traveling sat next to you on the plane, Gareth, because as I'm going to pull up this video now, it shows that Gareth A. Davies is that guy when everyone's boarding the plane, he holds everybody up, he stands in the aisle, and he's pissing about, getting his bags in and out, getting things out of his bag. And he was there forever, Gareth, and there was a big queue behind you, people trying to get through. You are that guy. Gareth, can you stop fucking about me? Can you stop messing about me? Can you stop messing around? There's people trying to get past.
Is this a video?
Yeah. That just holds.
Listen, on a 7.5 hour flight, I needed all my bits and pieces in place. And if it takes me 5 to 10 minutes to get myself sorted out, to put everything in the luggage rack above, and I need my laptop, my phone, my chargers, my earphones, my Haribos, my water, my fizzy water, my Red Bull, my coffee, getting them all organised. We both had 2 seats to ourselves, remember? And you were there hassling me all the way home, even when I was asleep. You probably got videos of me asleep.
I have. Like, I'm gonna pull up this video here. So I was like calling you, but you had no idea where the voice was coming from.
Yeah. Sorry.
He was looking left, right, up, down, left, everywhere.
I was asleep when you woke me up.
Yeah, no.
Absolutely outrageous. In fact, I've written to Virgin to complain about you, and apparently they're putting you at the back of the plane on the way out to Vegas, as far away from me as I can possibly get you.
Well, I got a brilliant video of Spencer Oliver stealing biscuits from the kitchen.
Yeah, get it over. I need to find out some of the right things.
Spencer Oliver, Spencer, can I ask what you're doing, mate, on the plane?
Nicking biscuits. Nicking biscuits, mate. But I might have some crisps instead.
So you've come from economy class and you've snuck into upper class to steal some crisps.
I was just below the economy, mate.
What's below economy? That's in the fuel place, isn't it?
Yeah, it's where I am down there.
Where the luggage is.
That's where I am, mate. Oh. I was happy about that.
We got that, and then
But why was he stealing from the kitchen? Was he in economy then or something?
I don't know. Well, he said he was below economy near the where they put the bags. And then I've got a video of you. Like, have you ever took melatonin to try and sleep on a plane, guys? Because you look like you're off your tits here. Like, I don't know what you were saying. You were just talking gibberish.
You were up in first class having a lie down just now, weren't you? Posting on Instagram, getting super fast Wi-Fi. I know your type. Not paying for the upgrade, but using the bed for an hour's sleep.
You're like that.
I might just try it myself.
You're like that crazy guy that just won't go to sleep and just walking around the bloody plane.
No, they're all over there, man. There's a lot of crazies on this flight.
No, it's because you'd just woken me up and I was still in shadow gleam.
Okay.
What was I saying there? Stop filming me, yeah?
He was going on about crazy people being on the plane, and he was talking about trying to sleep in upper class and pretend, I don't know. But and then there was this weird moment where you came up to him and went, "Don't record this bit."
No, don't record this bit.
That was quite funny. And then lastly, the plane lands.
Yeah.
The pilot didn't even brake, and you were straight up. There you are pissing about, getting your bags out, and I was like, "What's this guy doing?" And then you stood up for about 25 minutes trying to get off the plane. Why not just sit and wait till you can actually get off?
It's a long flight. It wasn't a long flight, but it was a bloody long flight. I'm the guy that was fiddling with his bags the whole time.
You're the guy that just gets up early.
Because I need to get off that plane because I'd been harassed and harangued by BKM behind me, filmed all the way home, making money out of my quiet journey home after a week of working in Riyadh.
Yeah.
You'll be hearing from Virgin Atlantic's lawyers over this.
Well, the last thing, we get to the bloody airport, everyone's waiting for their luggage. You stood there right at the front of the conveyor belt. What on earth is all that about, mate? You're like literally hovering the conveyor belt. That one guy waiting right at the entrance.
We made it. They said we wouldn't make it, but we made it. We're here. I'm telling you to stop filming me at that point. And then I got out through customs, and there you were again. Did you film me on the other side or not?
No, I didn't, because I just thought, I'm glad I'm
Your
not.
chauffeur was about to pull up.
Yeah, I was thinking, I'm glad I'm not traveling with him, because you're definitely that guy that's just in a rush to get on and get off.
Correct.
Correct. Well, Gareth, we'll catch up in Vegas in a few weeks, and yeah, thank you for your time, and I'll go and enjoy your bike ride, I guess.
Cheers, thank you. Enjoy the back of the plane, yeah?
In fact, before I let you go, I've got some fans' questions.
Oh, go on then.
Say there's only a couple. So this is on the back end of your review of Moses Itauma Dillian White.
Yeah.
Somebody said, I quote Gareth, Moses will make everyone look old apart from Tyson Fury. The Gad just can't let go of his fanboy mentality, can he, for fuck's sake?
No, I think Fury would be a hard fight for him.
Okay.
I think Fury and Usyk will both be hard fights. Nothing to do with fanboy mentality. It's about what my head says. I may be wrong, but Fury almost admitted, didn't he, last weekend that he wouldn't really want to fight Moses and that it's a young man's game. He tacitly admitted that Moses could beat all of them.
Okay. Well, the other one, Gareth now has a new UK fighter to gush all over, having lost all previous ones to Usyk defeats.
Well, Moses Itauma is a massive star in the making, and I'm not gushing all over him. Is not what I do, but I'm covering the sport, covering the guy's growth and potential, and also I was the first person to interview his father last week, Charles, to get him on camera because I make it my business to know people. I mean, he had a very interesting entourage of about 20 people out there, Moses. They're all good people. It's going to be a very, very interesting journey. And yeah, gushing is not the word, but certainly covering the subject and covering the individual, I will be going in depth with, of course.
Okay. Has Gareth ever thought about having a merch store? He could market his own brand of shower gel and name it Fighter, a gentleman's essential.
Well, it's funny you say that because I'm going to go and get these because I've got some t-shirts made. Merch Factory has made some t-shirts up for me and sent them to me.
The fighting spirit. Gareth's got his own merch. Shall he put it out there if anybody wants to buy Gareth's merch, to reach out to you and get them?
They're 45.
I reckon there'll be at least one person out there that'll buy this.
I've already had massive orders for them. Fighting Spirits, Gareth and Davies. They're in black and blue.
I love the hair on the mic. That's genius. That.
Yeah, and it's because I'm going back to doing my old Fighting Spirits podcast.
Okay.
Very soon. Just building a podcast studio at the moment. Okay. And no doubt in about 50 years' time, I'll have as many subscribers as you.
Yeah, hopefully,
But
mate.
yeah, I probably will end up doing some shower gel as well.
Okay.
And as you know, I showered before our interview today, even though I was waiting around for you to finish with the great Jaya Pataya.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you showering before the interview. I saved the best one till last, and I hope you can put this person out of their misery. They want to know, I wonder if the Gad got to keep Itama's pants after his win.
I'm not even going there. How ridiculous is that pervert?
As if you'd ask somebody for their pants. I suppose some people might do because they could be worth money down the line.
But I just don't even know where that person's mind is to even think that. But no, he's going to be a great star, that kid.
He is. And yeah, there you go. So genuinely, if somebody wants to buy that, can they buy it? Or
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
how do they order? Contact Gareth.
yeah. Just
DM Gareth on Instagram and just mention the Boxing King Media.
yeah. No, they'll be out there eventually in the next couple of months anyway. So
Okay, Gareth, always a pleasure speaking to you. Go and enjoy your
always a
bike
pleasure,
ride,
my
and
friend.
if you have got any pants from any fighters, let us know. We could sell them on here, get them signed and sell them.
Respect isn't given, it's earned in blood.
Undisputed, the Mexican Monster Pack out now.